What's happening, guys? I am assuming I'm live right now. Not too sure. It looks like I am. So, I'm alive. Surprise, surprise. I'm taking a little road trip, so I got bored and thought, hey, I'll touch base with some people. It's been a long time. I can only imagine streaming in the middle of the day that nobody's going to watch this. Not as it happens, anyway. What I'm hoping is you can hear me okay. Hey, I see people talking. Can you hear me okay? I didn't even know if I could do this or not. So yeah, I got a little bit of time to burn, and I thought I'd come say hey to everybody. And I was thinking of a funny story I could tell. Maybe just to kick things off. But first off, I just want to say, man, wow, I'm so sorry that I am AWOL all the time. But since I moved out of Chris's and got my own apartment, it's like, man, I got to be, you know, pedal to the metal. I'm driving, I'm delivering pizza every day, and the hours that I work, man, are the prime hours of my day. I'm always working from like 3 to midnight, so you can only imagine. I mean, that's my most creative, my most energetic hours, and when I get off at night, sometimes I'll be pumped and I'll be like, hey, I ought to go live, but everybody's in bed. But I do intend to do like an MTV Cribs type thing of my new apartment because it's come together pretty good now, and show you guys that one day. But so I'm working every night, and then you know I do get Sundays off. I still have Sundays off because that's when Chris and I used to do those live streams for Game of Thrones. But I saw him and Val did a live stream last Sunday night, and I started watching it, and I was watching I was seeing in the chat, people were asking about me, and I was like, oh, I miss those guys. So I thought, well, hell, I'll have to jump in on Chris's live streams on Sunday if he'll have me, since I'm still off. But then on Tuesday nights, I still um, we still record the podcast, the Smokescreen podcast, and that's been really cool, man. I've looked forward to that. All week long, I'm just jamming my brain with documentaries and shows, potential topics to talk about. And I guess you guys saw that uh, there was one time, it was a few weeks ago, Chris got an email, and it was like, congratulations, the Smokescreen podcast has reached number 962 on the iTunes podcast, television, and movies chart. So I was really pumped, to see that we made it onto the charts. I'm assuming the chart is top 1,000 or whatever, but still we cracked it at least that week anyway. But back to what I was saying, it's like during the times that I'm off, it's like I gotta, you know, try to have, spend time with my son, have a love life, do laundry. It's tough. It is tough. So what I'm thinking about doing is asking for maybe another day off so I can put some videos out because I'm telling you there are things like podcast topics that I want to talk more about, but we keep it to an hour, around an hour there on Smoke Screen Podcast, and other topics that don't quite make the list. I want to talk about more myself. These things interest me because literally all I do is drive around listening to other podcasts. Um, Close your ears, watching documentaries. It's not like I keep watching them while I drive, but they're playing, So I got a ton of things to tell you guys and talk about if you're interested, man. I don't know if you guys have forgotten me or missed me or anything, but I've missed you guys a lot. And I really hope this audio's working, man. I really hope you can hear me good. So anyway, I'll tell you the funny story that I was thinking about. Last week was my mom's birthday, and I'll tell you the days leading up to her birthday and the days after, I thought about her a lot. I miss her so much. Lost her way too young. She was only 52 when she died, and so this would have been her 62nd birthday on last week, October 28th. Anyway, it got me thinking about her, and it made me remember her funeral. And her funeral was really cool. My buddies who are in a band, well, some of them have been in the video where I tried to sing Tom Petty on our Groundhog's Day thing. There was those guys. They wrote a song. It was called "Wait for Me." It was just a beautiful song, and they performed it live at her funeral. And then my cousin Brian, he presided over it, and he did the prayers and read some scripture. I got up and spoke, and I'd been crying so much I had to borrow my daughter's sunglasses, and these big white ones, and they look just like the glasses Elton John's wearing on his Greatest Hits album. So anyway, I we finished the service. We all meet over at the cemetery, and as we're pulling in, you can see two tents set up, and there was a family. They were dispersing from the one tent, and then the one tent was empty, and that was going to be where we were going to go for my mom to be buried. We're really close together. As we all filter over there and gather around the tent where my mom's casket is brought, the other family's gone by this time. And my cousin Brian, he opens the Bible. He starts, saying his, I guess, ashes to ashes speech. And we hear commotion, and half of the crowd there at my mom's funeral ran over to that other tent. As they were lowering that coffin, one of the straps broke, and the coffin fell straight down into the grave. And all the casket back up out of the ground, it had cracked open. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but they bury everybody facing the same way. So knowing how my mom was laying, I know that it was the feet of the other casket that had fallen down in there. So at least they fell upright and didn't fall on their head. But they pulled the casket back out. It had been damaged and wouldn't close all the way. There was a gap about that big. So they loaded it back up into the hearse and drove off. And then everybody came back over to my mom's tent and we finished her funeral. And the crazy thing is no nobody from that family was there to witness that. And I've always wondered if the funeral home even told them that there was anything that happened. Like they went back to the funeral home, fixed the casket, or put her in another one and ran back over there and buried her. I don't know, but every time I go visit my mom's grave, I like to, shout over there and say something to that older lady while I'm there. But ain't that crazy, man? I mean, the things that you have no idea, these things happen in life. Somebody in your family something horrible could have happened after you left the graveyard, and you have no idea. I'm telling you right now, it was a trip. And crazy thing is, my cousin, who just happened to used to be a grave digger, he was the main one helping them get that casket out of there. I think he passed away like within 6 months of that. That was so crazy. Not saying he was cursed or anything, it was just coincidental. But I can, in my mind, I still see him, down in there helping to pull that casket out of there. And I mean, as I say it, I know I say it in somber tone, but it's joked about all the time about that would only happen at my mom's funeral. It's, but so I thought about that. I had to get that off my chest and let you know about uh, that crazy funeral, and just let you know, man, that I've missed you guys a ton. I really have. I think there's only one person on here watching right now, so it's a bad time to stream. I just wanted to say hey and show my face and say I am still alive. This channel does still exist. I like I said, I think about telling you guys so many hilarious pizza delivering stories that would only happen to me, and so just look forward to that. I hope you guys still are interested in me and what's happening. What I want to do is I'll I'll go back and look at this video myself to see how the audio turned out, and if it turned out good, I'll do another one on my way back from this road trip because it's like a 3-hour drive. So I would love nothing more than to hang out with you guys, and because I know people recording cars, but I've got this tiny little car. It's a Mitsubishi Mirage. I don't hatchback. I don't know if you know this car or not, but like 42 miles a gallon, and it's uh it's only got 78 horsepower. So I don't, it's great for delivering pizza, but I feel like it might be loud in here. I don't know how good you can hear me or if the background noise is annoying or anything. So this is kind of a test run. And if it works out all right, I think it would be hilarious hilarious to take you guys on some pizza deliveries with me at night. Um, I'm telling you, that's when I'm in my prime, or during those hours, and it's I mean, I wouldn't obviously I wouldn't show you too much personal information about the people and anything like that. I'm not crazy, but I think it would be funny for you to at least see me. You know, I could get back in the car and tell you, hey, guy, I got bit by a dog, or you know, this toddler just threw their sippy cup at me, or what. I mean, there's some funny stuff that goes on in these deliveries, and I think about telling you all the time. I don't know how many subs I still have or anything like that. I don't ever expect, this channel to be much, but I've always told you I love hanging out with you guys, and I love, you know, how y'all been with me through so much stuff, man. And now, my life is doing good. It's I'm on the way back. Like I said, I've got a new car, got a new apartment. Um, you know, paying bills like a normal person again, and have dreams and aspirations again, and it's fun. It's fun. So I want you guys to be able to reap some of that, because there was a time there, it was like every time I would come on camera, you'd see the comments like, "What happened this week, James?" And I'll be like, "Oh God, it was the worst week ever." But no, now things are looking up for the old Jamester. Um, Damn, I can see my face in here. I can see how swole I am. I have gained weight. I think that is a sign of being happier. But I do need to use this damn Planet Fitness membership I've got a little bit more. I had lost a ton of weight. I had gotten, man, life happens. Like I said, I work so late. I know Planet Fitness is open 24 hours, but it's sometimes I have to get up in the morning and take Landon to school every day. So if I stay up all night, it's hard to get up, take him, then come back and go back to sleep, and wake up for work. So I sleep my days away a lot of times, and that sucks. But yeah, things are going good, man. Things are going really good, and I'm so, like I said, I'm so excited about the podcast. We should be dropping one today. I listened to it yesterday on SoundCloud, but it should be hitting YouTube today. We were talking about the abducted in plain sight. Um, the abducted in plain sight documentary that's been on Netflix for, I guess it's been about a year now, and we actually thought we had talked about it before. We went back and looked through all the podcasts to make sure. I believe we mentioned it on there before, and that's what made us think that we had talked about it. So be looking for that on YouTube if you don't already listen to the podcast on the other platforms. And um, yeah, that just know that that's something I look forward to every week. And whenever we have a week where we don't put one out for one reason or another, don't think it's for lack of interest. Um, it's just stuff happens. But hope you guys have enjoyed seeing my face on my own channel again. And I promise you I'll be back. I can't wait to go back and look at this video and see your comments. Unfortunately, because I'm driving, I'm paying more attention to the road, but I have seen a few pop up, and just want to say, man, I love you guys. Always have. Thanks for hanging in there, and thanks for remembering me. And just look for if this turns out good. Like I said, I'll really put a good long video together for you for the ride back from this trip. Okay. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. I love this beautiful fall weather. This is my time of year, no doubt about it. I love like hoodie weather, jacket, jeans weather, and so hopefully we get to hang out again soon. Love you guys, man. Take care of yourselves. I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm stopping this. Let's see.